Okay, we'll get started with Tori. First question for Tori. We'll start with Lena in the right.
Tori, how does this feel? I mean, 2 wins at home, first wins in the NLCS in 22 years for this team. Journey's not, still going, job's not finished, but How does this moment feel?
Better than you can imagine. And you said it best, right? We're in the middle of a journey. It's a 3-game series, and we're not going to lose focus. We're going to keep that competitive edge and that competitive focus. I can guarantee you that. But we're going to enjoy this moment. I can't really describe how I feel because I haven't had a chance to interpret what just happened. It happened so quickly, and it was just a group of players banding together and getting the job done. And there's a lot of excitement in that clubhouse. We got a lot of 23-year-olds that go out and perform at a high level, and then when it's time for them to act like 23-year-olds, they do. And that's a lot of fun for me to watch. But it's a great moment for this organization. I'm very proud of these guys. I love this team. I love these guys.
What did you say to your 23-year-old Alec Thomas before he had that moment?
I wish I could tell you I gave him some unbelievable insight. I did call him back. I just told him, stay with me through the course of being on deck because I might change my plan with pinch hitting you at that particular time. To be honest, I was going to maybe think about bunting Lawler in that spot and then using Alec at a different point in time in the at-bat. But I didn't tell him anything. I wish I was a better liar. I could tell you that I was the reason why I hit the home run. But Alek Thomas had an amazing moment, and he has a lot to be proud of.
Down here on the left.
Tori, this stadium is not known for home field advantage, as you well know. What do you make of these last 3 games and what this has felt for you and your guys?
Yeah. To the fans of Arizona, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to just make sure you understand what it feels like when you walk into the stadium and you guys are here and alive at 47,000 plus. It is so loud. It is helping us get through those emotional highs and lows, and you're carrying us through those times. So keep coming. We got one more here tomorrow, and we feel it. But we don't necessarily have that during the year, but we want it. And we know that we've got to go out there and earn their trust back. And hopefully when we do things like this, the baseball world sees that the Arizona Diamondbacks are a damn good baseball team. And, I'm tired of that narrative that we're lucky to be here. I want everybody to know that we don't feel like it, and hopefully they are starting to change their mind as well.
Clinton.
Just getting back to Alec real quick. I mean, you pressed this button as a runner, you pressed this button as a batter, and he's come through both times. Can you tell me a little bit about what it's like for a kid like that to stay locked in no matter what you're asking of him over the course of a series or even the playoffs?
Yeah, you're talking about Alec, right? Yeah. A couple of really big asks for him, right? He didn't start the past couple of days because I was matching up and trying to maximize some situations offensively, but he stayed ready. And that to me speaks volumes about a young player and his readiness. When you don't take it personal that you're not playing, you wait for your opportunity, and then you seize that opportunity. That's what excites me most. And it's hard to stay locked in over the course of a 9-inning game, but when you're coming off the bench, it's a little bit more challenging. I think he just stepped on the gas pedal at the right time and had a great moment for himself and this organization.
Barry.
So, Tori, now that it's over, can you divulge how choreographed your pitching was and how you maybe diverted from the original plan?
Yeah, it was very close to what we talked about. And I clipped Saul Frank a little bit early. He was going to get a little bit of the bulk. He was going to go, I think it was 6 or 7 hitters. But I could tell that he was grinding and struggling. I did not see that coming. He's been very effective, especially left on left. And you've got 2 unbelievable left-handed hitters that you just got to contain. And I felt like that was going to give us the best opportunity. It did not work out the way we wanted to, but it was really close. We were probably 2 or 3 batters off.
And how grinding is it to go through 8 pitchers in a game like this, hoping that each one of them is going to be able to perform in the spot you put them in?
Yeah, I mentioned that today. I felt like knowing when we announced that Joe Mantiply was going to be the starter, I think it was a red alert for the entire bullpen to know that I'm coming here tomorrow to get some work in. We saved the bulk righties. I think a lot of people were assuming we'd go to Ciccone or Nelson to push it to bridge it to the back end, but I was saving them for extra innings, and I knew that we had probably 8 or 9 innings of pitching. There's no ghost runner, so we were a little bit challenged. But yeah, I think the guys, the bullpen did a great job, and I do need to acknowledge what they did today was tremendous. I think if we pick up a baseball where I think they scored 3 runs, I think it's a different outcome as far as the total numbers of runs that they scored.
Just one more for people who weren't around here all year. Maybe explain the journey that Thomas actually went through this year, up and down from the minor leagues, trying to fix his swing, you know, trying to get his head together to hit in the major leagues. You know, that culminating in this tonight, it's a pretty incredible start.
It is, and it is a game of adjustments, and he's made some quality adjustments, and I think, you know, as you are learning about yourself, there are some hard lessons to be learned, and they're frustrating. And he took it in stride by going down and improving and getting the job done to come back up here to have good moments. He's a tremendous talent, but you know, those adjustments you could see they're coming out the other end. I know sending him down earlier in the year was not easy for any of us, especially him. But he took it in stride and made good things happen in back of that.
On the right side.
Tori, just to go back to Saul Frank quickly, it looked like the timing couldn't have been better with Marsh and then 2 more lefties after coming up. But the decision after Schwarber walked to stick with him for Turner and Harper, can you take us through that a bit more?
Yeah, that was something I was thinking about as I was watching those next 2 at-bats with Turner and then Harper getting on base via the base on ball. So, you know, at that point in time, I was kind of kicking myself. I could have clipped him a little bit early, but then there would have been a huge workload placed on Thompson. And I thought about it. I definitely thought about it, but I didn't think it was gonna back up on Saul Frank like it did. I thought he was gonna get one of those next 2 guys out, put us in a good position to kind of lighten the load on Thompson. But we'll live and learn. I think he needs to come out and be aggressive with his stuff. I think his best pitches were the 3-0, 3-1, and the first 3-2 foul ball to Harper. He started to make pitches late in that outing, so we got to get better at that.
Just with the dynamic of Game 5 now, after the bullpens were so heavily used for both sides in Game 4 and the 2 aces coming back on the mound, I want to ask you first just about the opportunity Zach has after the way he pitched in Game 1, and just how much of a grind this has been so far, but how much of a grind it's going to look like it's going to be again tomorrow.
First of all, I couldn't think of a better starting pitcher to have tomorrow, knowing that Zach is going to be walking in here and he's going to give us as many pitches as he possibly can. And then, you know, back of that, we're going to piece together the bullpen the best way we know how. I'll tell you right now, it's a 3-game series, and everybody's going to be available tomorrow. I think, like I said, if you want it bad enough, you're never tired. And this team is extremely motivated. I know that guys are going to step on it, stand on it, find a way to get it done. You know, I think they take things personal. They got a chip on their shoulder. I know their backup catcher made a statement about sprinting towards a pool or making a beeline to the pool. So I think they're wearing that a little bit, and they're motivated by that externally, and they're motivated to be as good as they possibly can internally.
All right, thanks, Tori.
Thanks,
we'll see you
guys.
tomorrow. Okay, we'll get started with questions for Alek. We could start with Barry. Just give it 1 second.
Hey, Alek, congratulations. I was just talking to Tori about this. It's been a long journey for you this season, up and down to the minor leagues, trying to work some things out. It culminates with a great night tonight. What was it like for you to go through this journey?
It's been crazy. Definitely, you know, a roller coaster, you know, of a season for me. Yeah, I mean, I was sent down and definitely had to work on some things and, you know, change some things. And then I came back up and seemed to work out, and then kind of slipped into that funk again. But, you know, none of that matters. You know, at the end of the day, like, you still gotta, you know, show up to work and you know, put you know, your best foot forward. And yeah, just a lot of hard work, definitely.
So this, I would imagine, gives you some solace that all the work you put in really meant something.
Yeah, definitely. Just you know, shout out to, you know, our coaching staff, you know, in AAA and in the big leagues for, you know, helping me out and turning things around. But yeah, definitely been a crazy season, and it was awesome tonight.
Greg in the back left.
Greg Moore, Arizona Republic. Good to see you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm sure you must have imagined this, right? So how does it feel actually to have made a play like that, to have hit a shot like that, as compared to what you might have thought it would feel like coming in?
Yeah, I mean, that play is definitely something that you see in your dreams, and for it to come, in real life, and for it to happen, to me, is just awesome, and I'm so grateful, to have that moment, and it's just unreal, it's just crazy. Honestly, I haven't really processed it yet, but it was awesome.
On the right side.
Hey, Alek, Barry was asking about your long-term thought process, but in the short term, when the lineup change happened, just your mentality was sticking with it and how your teammates and your coaches were still supporting you through that.
Right, yeah. Just having a good mindset about it. Definitely want to be in there all the time, but I trust Tori, and I trust the coaching staff. So just stay ready at all times, and that's what I was doing. So definitely not going to hang my head about not being in the lineup. But I knew at some point they were going to call me, and just got to be ready.
Could you take us through the at-bat and just what you were seeing, what you saw on that pitch?
Yeah, getting the 3-2 on Craig Krimble, he's one of the best closers in the game, Hall of Famer guy, and yeah, I was just looking for something over the heart of the plate. I felt like he was kind of hammering me in, or at least it felt like it. And then I finally got something over the heart of the plate, and or it was a little outside, but it felt like it was right down the middle. So yeah, it was just a great feeling to do it off someone like that, and on the biggest stage. So yeah, it was just truly awesome.
Clinton.
You scored from first last night. You obviously got out tonight. And previously in the playoffs, you've done well. What has this overall experience been like in the postseason for you, for a season that started here, but with Team Mexico, overall?
It's been fun, man. Just a fun journey in the playoffs. I think a lot of people didn't think we'd be here, and honestly, none of that mattered. We believed in the guys in the clubhouse and our coaching staff and everybody in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. So definitely just a crazy season, crazy playoffs, and I'm so thankful to be here, and I think all of our guys are thankful to be here.
Back to Greg in the back.
Thanks. Yeah. Listen, these wins aren't easy, right? Your last at bat. Do you have any concerns that you're going to burn yourselves out emotionally, or that you won't be able to stay locked in going forward?
No, I think we've been tested before, and tested again and again, and I think emotionally, honestly, I don't even know how our emotions are. Honestly, I think we're in a good spot, though. Yeah, honestly, I think we're in the best spot possible, really. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think our guys are mentally in a good spot, so that's all I really got.
Any last ones for Alek? All right, Alek, thanks for coming in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll get started with Gabby Moreno. First question for Gabby. We could start over here on the right.
Just the way that this game played out, from the error that turned into a wild pitch to scoring the go-ahead run, what are the emotions after this game?
Está describiendo de la manera como el juego se desarrolló, ¿no? Un error, después un wild pitch, después la situación para ganar el juego. ¿Cómo lo puedes describir?
Nada, yo lo puedo describir, la verdad es que nosotros batallamos hasta el final. Sí, fueron cosas que pasaron, pero no nos quedamos ahí. Hicimos switch y de verdad yo, que llamamos a los picheos, hice switch y nada, de verdad seguí continuó el juego.
They battled throughout the whole game. Yeah, there were things that happened that shouldn't happen, but they just tried to move on and keep on fighting, and that's how they come up with the win.
Juan on the left.
Gabriel, hace un par de días cuando hicieron el cambio en el line-up que te pusieron de tercer bate, ¿Cómo fue esa conversación con el manager? ¿Qué te dijo? ¿Cómo te sentiste? ¿Y qué es de la postemporada que tanto te gusta?
En realidad yo no hablé con él. Él me montaron el line y me vi tercer bate. Me sorprendí, pero nada, yo lo tomé como un reto y de verdad seguí haciendo el mismo trabajo que yo venía haciendo y nada, eso.
¿Qué tanto te está gustando? O sea, la emoción, los nervios.
Bueno, sí, la postemporada, oye, uno sueña con estar aquí en este momento y nada, gracias a Dios he podido hacer muy buen trabajo en las dos partes y nada, de verdad, a seguir hasta la Serie Mundial.
¿Cuánto te ayudó enfrentarte a Alvarado, o sea, en esta serie para el bate de hoy?
Sí, yo me lo enfrenté ayer y de verdad pude conectarle un buen batazo. El día de hoy sabía que era importante y nada, yo de verdad estuve buscando un picheo en la zona. Me tiró bueno picheo ahí cerca de la zona, pero como te dije, estaba buscando un picheo ahí para poder traer la carrera y pude ejecutarlo.
Wow. But anyway, he said that definitely because he asked if Alvarado, if it helped facing Alvarado the night before, and Gabby pointed the fact that he was looking for a pitch in a particular way, and the previous at bat definitely helped for it.
Jack on the left.
That first RBI base hit looked like early in the at-bat you took a pretty big cut, like you were going for it all, but then you went the opposite way. And I've seen that a lot lately, where you kind of early in the at-bat you go for it, and then if you don't get it, then you're good two-strike approach. Is that something that you've always had, or is that something that's developed more for you over the season?
En el primer turno, la primera empujada, ¿verdad? Él vio que antes de que diera el hit, hiciste un corte duro, lo fallaste y de repente entonces trataste de echar para atrás y le diste la bola para la otra banda. Él está hablando de que si eso es algo que tú siempre lo has tenido, esa habilidad, o se ha desarrollado a través de la experiencia.
Yo creo que sí, eso se ha desarrollado, lo he desarrollado con la experiencia, de verdad. Nada, me pusieron al Hodgman, el pitcher, tiene muy buen slide y nada, yo salí a hacerle swing agresivo y nada, yo me monté en 2 strikes y de verdad pude ejecutar esa recta que me tiró.
Yeah, it's definitely something that he has developed over time. Obviously, Hoffman is a heavy slider guy, so he was trying to hit the ball the other way too, and especially when he got to 2 strikes, then that was the approach.
On the right side.
Gabby, could you just take us through the play with the bases loaded and Rivera's throw to you, just what you were seeing and how it developed?
Okay, que si le puedes describir la jugada del rolling a tercera con Emmanuel, donde estaban las bases llenas y él te hizo el tiro.
Sí, fue una jugada muy difícil, de verdad. Fue una jugada de como miradas cruzadas y Manny pudo lanzarla fuera de balance, pero yo traté de hacer lo mejor, de agarrarla o bloquearla y eso, pero nada, yo creo que los dos hicimos un buen esfuerzo para evitar eso.
He would describe it as a tough play due to the fact that Manny had momentum going against him, and then the angle was an odd angle. It's not a common angle. They don't see this angle quite often, and then he had to make the throw on the fly, and he also had to make an effort to see if he could stop it or come up with the play. But it was definitely a tough play.
Greg in the back on the left.
First of all, congratulations on the win. What was the play when the pitch bounced up and got caught under your? Have you ever had anything like that happen before? Did you understand the rule?
La pelota que te quedó adentro del pecho. Si te había pasado antes eso.
No, nunca me había pasado. Yo creo que Sí, nunca me ha pasado eso.
No, you just witnessed the first time that happens on him.
And then on a more serious note, you guys don't do anything easy, right? These are not easy wins. Are you worried that you're just going to burn out or you're not going to have enough energy left to focus and lock in and finish this thing off?
Por último, él dice que a ustedes les ha tocado unos juegos duros, intensos, donde se consume mucha energía, no hacen la cosa, no le tocan las cosas tan sencillas, que si te preocupa el hecho de que cuando sea más importante o más adelante ya estemos cansados sin batería de tantas emociones que hemos tenido.
Bueno, sí, de verdad, este playoff, aquí cualquier cosa puede pasar y cada juego es importante, cada picheo es importante y yo creo que todo el mundo, todo el equipo está haciendo el esfuerzo de poder ganar cada batalla que tenemos y de verdad
This is playoff, so anything is expected in this type of environments. He's saying everybody it's open to give their best, so it's normal that it's just part of the deal. He's not really concerned.
All right, thanks, Gabby. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.